What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. This video I want to talk about if Bully 2 was canceled. And I guess the word if is being thrown in. I had some question marks there in the title. And this is something I wanted to throw my hat in and discuss because I've talked about Bully 2 and I've talked about GTA 6 quite often on the channel over the past 6 months, kind of coincided with pretty much, this being the year. 2019 has been a massive year for Rockstar rumors. And I went to look up Bully 2. I was like, hey, I wonder if anything has come out about Bully 2 that I should talk about. I was originally going to talk about if it could be announced at the Video Game Awards, which I could still, and if you guys want me to, I could still talk about that topic, especially after I give an explanation for this one. And I saw all the videos that have already been on YouTube. I've seen, I guess the news broke basically in early October that Bully 2 was a thing, that it was being made. A script was done as early as 2008, which is when GTA 4 came out, and the game was actually made pretty well in terms of you could actually play it. It was a playable demo available, where they could actually play it. And work stopped in early 2013, and they just kind of fizzled. That was the quote. They fizzled out, and it was canceled. Now, okay, that's fine. And I've seen some people on YouTube say it's just canceled. I've seen basically the articles that were written about from game journalists, because they normally don't think very hard or basically at all. They basically just say, hey, sorry for all those that think that Bully 2 is real, because obviously it was real, but it got canceled, and that's the end of it. They don't really think too far past that. And here's the real truth, and I did see somebody say this on YouTube. I do believe that Bully 2 was canceled, but you know what sometimes happens with things like that? They can get reimagined and remade and start from the ground up again. And truly, I do believe that's what's going on now. I think there's been too many rumors, too many quote-unquote leaks about Bully 2 this year, but also just the fact that people want it so much. And Rockstar, yeah, they can keep going GTA Red Dead, but it would be nice to get something else out there. And unless they're going to do a brand new game, which, of course, anything Rockstar makes is probably going to be very, very high quality, but they know that the want is there for a game like Bully 2. And so, again, I believe that this game was something they were trying to get done, and they wanted to actually do it, and then something, whatever actually happened in the company happened, and it was canceled. I don't think for a second that doesn't mean that they couldn't restart it, and I think that's honestly what happened, especially if you can take some of the ideas from that game, whether it be the gameplay stuff that they did. They made an open world for it. And something like that, too, it's that's really, and game developers do that. There has been numerous occasions where there will be big things, whether it's an engine, whether it's a huge setting, whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of time being put into these things, and if they cancel them, then you just lose all of it. Sometimes those things end up finding their way back in another game or their next game, like the game they do after the one that they canceled, whatever. But that does happen quite often. And so when it comes to Bully 2, I just find it super, super hard to believe that they stopped. And if you look at 2013 on, it's been 6 years since 20. So they've had 6 years, and these games take a long time. I believe Red Dead 2 took 5 or 6 years to complete. GTA, if that's going to come out, that will have also taken quite a long time. So it takes them around half a decade to actually make a game. Still, 2013 to now, they have multiple studios. They have a lot of people that could end up working on this. I truly think what happened is they shut it down. Maybe they took a year or two off, and then they started again. They started anew, and they started fresh. And again, even if you look at just the talk of Bully 2 from 2013, 2012 onward, it picks up steam all the time. Firstly, anytime something is thrown out about it, it makes the news cycle, because it's just such a popular franchise. And besides that, they constantly reference it in terms of Easter eggs in their games. And every time a new Rockstar game comes out, GTA 5, Red Dead 2, whatever, whenever these games come out, you always hear is Bully 2 next? And again, and we've talked about it before. You go GTA 6, then Red Dead 3, then GTA 7. You keep going back and forth with that. And we've heard kind of conflicting things that hey, does GTA even work now? We've heard Rockstar employees or former Rockstar employees say I don't even know if GTA would work in this kind of political environment. It's being made. I just 1,000% assume that game is happening, so I don't necessarily buy that. You can make the same point for Bully. Why would you want to make a game about bullying people? Whether it's we talked about, could it be in a college? There's a lot of things they could do, but I mean, though, if you do a GTA 6, it's gonna be, you're gonna be pushing the boundaries a little bit, and some people are gonna get upset at you. If you make a Bully 2, you're gonna be pushing the boundaries a bit, and people are gonna get upset. Like, you're gonna do it no matter what. Red Dead is really the only one that you probably won't get that many people. Like, who's mad about a Wild West game, right? I don't like. They're not going to offend any political ideology by doing that. So it's tough, but like again, I don't see any of these articles even posing that question. I could be wrong. Okay, I could totally be wrong. We may go another 5 years and nothing happens, and we could say, okay, well, yeah. I mean, what could have been then, right? That they have this game. It was probably nearing completion. It probably could have came out 2014, 2015, 2016, and they canned it and they didn't want to move forward. Like, we could be having that conversation in 3, 4, 5 years. That's for sure. Or again, it's been such a long time, and I just don't see how. I mean, I guess you could argue, well, they have gone back and forth between GTA and Red Dead, and they've been just fine, right? It hasn't like they've made a boatload of money. They've had games like LA Noire and stuff mixed in there as well, like and done through different developers and stuff. But for what they are, Rockstar has done a fantastic job, and like again, like every game they're kind of associated with. LA Noire, it wasn't necessarily even Rockstar; it was Take-Two, but even that game was like fine. It was good. I'd say it was a good game. I really, really enjoyed it. But anything, that has that Rockstar title or like label to it, is going to be pretty darn good, if not like game of the year, right? So I still just find it very hard to believe that they're just going to stick to GTA 6 and then Red Dead 3 after that. Like the amount of people that are saying that they want Bully. I mean, yeah, there are people that say like, hey, I'd rather have GTA 6, but I think there's a considerable amount of people, and we've talked about that in the past, that's like, maybe sometimes you have to just take that leap. And I get that they may think that Bully wouldn't make them a whole lot of money, or it will. It 100% will. But maybe they look at it and they say, well, if we made a GTA 6, like, come on, GTA 6 is obviously going to sell more than Bully 2. And then you could say, all right, well, then after that. But then you could say, well, Red Dead 3 would 100% sell better than Bully 2. Then you could say, okay, after that, GTA 7. And it just goes back and forth. And it's like, yeah, you're biting the bullet no matter what, right? Bully 2 is going to, I think, and I've said it before in videos, Bully 2 would make a lot of people very, very happy. It would make these people that have been asking for it for like forever, it would make them extremely happy. I think it would honestly, like, it would be something like just nice to do. Like Rockstar, like it would just have like a nicer look to them. Do they necessarily care about their like look to other people? Not really. I mean, they probably know that they're known to just make amazing games. You don't really need to be known for anything more than that, right? You don't need like the fan service there, but if you added that too, I mean, that's just something. Bottom line, it does come down to money, and that probably is something that's definitely stopped it. But also passion, for sure. There's definitely passion out there from the gaming community to get this game made and get this game out. I think people would support it. Do I think it would sell as much as GTA or as Red Dead? No. And again, that could be the problem. They could say, well, we need to make, we need to make so much money. Like, we need this amount of money in this quarter, and if we release Bully, like, it's just we're not gonna get that amount. And can we afford now? If they could have if they could have a Bully and a GTA in the same year, I mean, that would be incredible. But can you market that? Do people want two of those kind of games in 1 year? It's never really happened before for Rockstar. I mean, they definitely space out their games massively, right? They don't even have a guaranteed game a year coming out from them, and that's just how they do it, because they can also profit off of GTA and stuff like that years down the line. GTA is still making them boatloads of money. So, but you can also look at that. Well, if you have a GTA, maybe the GTA Online can supply money. You're not going to lose all that much. So there's a lot of different ways to look at it. I don't think it's impossible that we get a Bully 2. I don't think it's impossible that we get a Bully 2 rather quickly. Again, these articles, these gaming journalists, they don't think very hard. They really don't put a lot of effort into it. It's kind of annoying that none of them even asked the question. Like, yes, it was canceled. It was canceled in 2013, but it's been 6 years. So that idea has never been circled back to, like, at all. Like, they fizzled out. Sure, that's fine. But, like, I don't know. Even if they did it 3 years after that, even if they started in 2016 and the game doesn't come out till, like, 2021, which sounds like a fine timeline. Like, if they started in 2016, it came out in 2021, it'd be a next-gen game. Nobody's expecting this game to come out in 2020 anyway, right? So, like, that sounds fine, and that also gives you 3 years in between when they quote-unquote like fizzled out to when they started game production again. Like, that's totally possible. You could probably re-energize yourself in that amount of time. And also, again, like, the idea's never been circled back to. Like, when they did GTA 5, they never or when they did Red Dead 2, they were never like, well, we could pick. I know Red Dead just came out last year, but say the game hadn't even been, say it hasn't been picked up. At that point, it had been 5 years since it had stopped. You make Red Dead 2 and you say, well, could we go back to something like this? Like, the question has had to been asked, and I don't know if they would consistently just shoot it down and say no. I think eventually they would say, all right, now we got the right group of people. We got people that are passionate about it. We got the people that we know can make this game, and they want to make this game. Let's do it. And I just find it really hard to believe that that hasn't happened. It couldn't. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't happen yet. But I really do want to believe that this game is in development, and I do think the game is in development, and the game will come out over the next couple of years. So, guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think, Bully 2 was canceled originally, but do you think it's ever been picked up since? Let me know. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit that bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And again, thank you for watching. I can make another video talking about the VGAs. I've kind of wanted to do that because of the rumors of Bully / GTA. So I'll be doing that over the next couple of weeks, and I hope to see you guys there.